I was getting that attention because of just the way I just owned it in a sense. I was just like, this is me, take it or leave it. And I really just wanted to not not like myself anymore.
Hmm.
And because it's exhausting. And
So
so that happened.
there's so many interesting things you just said. I'm like, okay, where do I start?
Yeah, it was
So
a lot.
no, I mean, I'm very intrigued by the idea that you could finally feel that you were beautiful after college or in college. I mean, how does something like that just happen when you had so much insecurity in high school? Like so many, I mean, all of us do. I think probably particularly women with image related things. I've heard that from almost all of my women friends. So how does that just change? I mean, you alluded to it by saying that you were getting attention.
Mhm.
Is that it, or did something change mentally?
No, I think it's a mix of both. Even if I didn't get the attention, I still think the process would have happened because it was coming from me. I was, like I said, in high school, I was, just not treating my body right and not both mentally and physically. And I just, at one day, just like was like, what am I doing to myself? Like, I'm unhappy. I don't like the way I look, but I don't, but like, why? It's like,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, what can I change? Yeah, I can change myself physically, which, may help, but that's not the problem. The problem is what am I valuing, and like, what do I want people to see me as, right? Is it being a little more skinny so I'm a little more attractive? Is that what it is? Or is it really just I'm putting, this pressure on myself to look a certain way, to fit a certain mold that's not me.
Mm.
And so when I, sat down and had that like inner conversation with myself, I was like, no, like I want to be the one who is just happy and bright and a good person to, yes, other people around me, but mainly first to myself. And I just, started to push myself to do that. When I caught myself being negative, to myself, like in the mirror, I would flip the switch kind of and be like, no, no, you're kind of like, you actually are, like, you look so good. Like, wow, like you're owning it. Like, wow, this dress or this shirt, like fire.
Okay, so
um,
that's amazing. If you don't mind me kind of interrupting, because I want to bring up
no,
this
definitely.
point. I think what you said, one thing you said really rings true to me, which is that it's not necessarily like what you look like, whether it's like a little bit this, a little bit that. It's the fact you said that you owned it, but it's that you believed it and that you were comfortable with yourself, which is not an easy thing to do, as we kind of alluded to earlier. But I think understanding like the truth of who you are and trying your best to just be like, this is who I am, like it or not, self, like really talking to yourself more than anything, and also like it or not, world. I know that for me, that has been tremendously valuable because, unlike you, it took me until I was in my early 30s to start to get to know myself. I mostly, was very academically driven, similar to you, and but also success driven in terms of making a lot of money and um, being a big deal according to like my Long Island, New York roots, where the success is a very big thing amongst Jews on Long Island, where I grew up, and it basically had me thinking about that all the time. And it sounds like teenage and childhood, you can relate to that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I was
what I
like, I
was.
could relate.
Yes. So, but credit to you because I think certainly earlier on you realized that. But for me, when I finally started to be like, wait, what do I like? What do I look for in life? What makes me happy? I feel like I needed to establish myself and get a little bit of material success first so I could see that it did nothing positive for my confidence. Like other people were reflecting positive things on me, but Deep down, I didn't think much of myself. I still had the same insecurities, but when I finally, and it's not just like, oh, I believed that I was worth something. Like that's too big of a leap. It has to start with, well, who am I? What's true about me? What do I like? Um, what are the ideas I care about in life? What does it look like to be friends with me, and what kind of friendships do I want? Knowing myself is where it started. Confidence for me. So